met a single racist motherfucker where I live in Louisiana, except for you crazy bitches that say, ching chong, you're gonna get deported if you vote for Trump. Do I need to show you my social security card? Do I need to show you my birth certificate where it says Houston, bitch? Like I said, I'm just trying to have an open discussion, and maybe I should just ignore some of the comments, but y'all some ignorant motherfuckers. That's all I gotta say. If you're gonna attack me because of my race, like, y'all some ignorant motherfuckers. Clear Lake, let's go. How is it out there? It's kind of been wet over here. It's kind of been damp and nasty and humid. I freaking hate the humidity in Louisiana. You can have a social and still wait. You can have a social security. Oh, sorry. I don't know where that comment went. Okay, you can have a social and he still don't like you. Here's the other thing, guys. We are all just numbers, whether you like it or not. In their eyes, Camilla's too. We are just numbers and money. We are nothing else. When a baby's born, they give you a social security card number before you can give them, you get a name. You can wait 3 to 5 days to give your baby a name after they're born. But they'll give you that social security number real fast. Real fast. We are just numbers. That's why I'm not getting offended, because we're just numbers. We're all just a ploy. But at the same time, you have to choose and independently think who will be the better fit to guide and run a whole nation. A whole nation. Not just one little state, not just a few. No, the whole nation. And you know what's sad? Most countries are depending on America for their economy, and right now it's shit. The green screen. Like, if you have an issue, you can leave. I'm not saying you have to stay here. I'm not holding you hostage. I'm not trying to make you feel bad for not voting for Trump. I'm just saying. I've seen more personal attacks in the comments rather than an actual discussion between the chat. I haven't. Wait, there was a blocked comment that my moderators, let me see. Biden Harris highest gas prices ever. I agree. It's almost $4 over here for some gas, and Here's the thing. I just want a leader who's going to take care of their citizens of their country before putting illegal immigrants first. That's it. How are these illegal immigrants crossing the border and getting like credit cards, $20,000 like money handed to them, but we're over here struggling, making $7.25 an hour off of minimum wage if you don't have an education or a degree? How? Tell me how. Like, how are we supposed to live off of the single women who don't have people to help them, or let's say single mothers? This economy is bad. My sister was a single mother, and it was hard for her. She had to get my parents' help, my help, my cousin's help. She had to get a lot of help. But no, we're not going to discuss that. What happened to the free healthcare, free all that? No. She didn't even qualify to get on Medicaid or the government. And the sad thing is she's a nurse. So she's making a lot more money than I was at the time, and she still couldn't do it by herself. No, I'm not socializing medicine now. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying, for the single mothers out there, the economy, you would want the economy to be better rather than higher, and everything's like diapers. Why is a pack of diapers $50? No. I'm not trying to debate. I'm not debating. I'm not debating, guys. I'm just open discussion. There's a difference between open discussion and debating. I'm not trying to get you to vote for Trump. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to have a discussion on whether or not what your beliefs are. That's it. I'm not bringing up policies anymore. I'm not doing all of that bullshit. I just want to know what your discussion is, and if you're open-minded, feel free. Feel free. I can talk. Discussing with yourself, obviously, because I'm the only one in my fucking room. Y'all are in the chat. I mean, what the fuck? What's your belief? Do you mean like religion-wise? I am Christian, but that has nothing to do with how I vote. Because I'm an independent. I'm independent. I don't vote for just Republican. I vote for who I see, in my opinion, to be a better fit. That's it. Okay, Nate. Okay, tell me a policy. And if he's not Christian, that's not anyone's place to say, oh, he's not a Christian. Do you know him personally? No. So how are you going to say he's not a Christian? Like, oh, Japanese, vegan girl. Japanese? Come on now. Come on. You know what's sad? I've seen most of these racist comments or racial comments from the people who are voting for Harris rather than Republicans. Oh, y'all made my point. Which side free slavery, which side didn't? Hey girl, hey, how are you? Jeffrey, let's go. 3 out of 10 race debate. I'm not debating, guys. I'm just open discussion. I'm answering your questions. I'm not trying to debate. Yeah, free slavery. Abraham Lincoln. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? He freed the slaves. Yeah, they aren't answering my questions either. They're just like, oh, they're just attacking me personally. And then going, you know any of the policies? How about you tell me? So I can discuss it. I'm just trying to have an open discussion. Meaning, if you see anything I say to be unright, try to correct me in a manner of educating me instead of saying, oh, I'm a chink, so I should vote for Harris. I'm also Louisianan, and guess what? We don't play that shit around here. Trump don't like people of your kind. You think Kamala likes people of your kind, bitch? Okay. I took that personal. I'm sorry. I did say it's going to be an open discussion. I apologize. Well, I mean, that's where their party came from. Their party came from being racist. They don't like any of us. That's the thing. Because they don't know us personally. That we are viewed as numbers and money. That's all they care about. And I'm including Trump in that. That's all they care about. But what I will say is the only reason why I am voting for Trump is because I feel like he's a better fit leader. Only because, could you imagine if Harris got in office and she's the only leader of a country that is female, she's going to be put into the situation where she's welcomed into the man's world. And she's not going to know what to do. Paid actor? I'm not being paid. I mean, look at my followers. I don't have enough to be paid. Like, I do have an agency behind me, but I'm freelance. I'm not getting paid. What are you talking about? He's going to take your rights too, girl? No, he's not. No, he's not. Because he can't. We don't live in a dictatorship. He can't take my rights after I've been a citizen. I'm a citizen, natural born citizen. My parents were immigrants. Like, what? Guys, for those of you who are saying I'm young, I am 30 years old. I don't care if you believe me or not. I was born in 1995. I am 30 years old. Do not come at me saying, oh, she looks too young to understand. She don't know who she gonna be voting for. Abortion. Do you want my opinion on abortion, or do you want, like, are you asking my opinion on abortion? Okay, 50 and twisted. My opinion on abortion, in the case of if a woman was raped and she decided not to have that baby, go ahead. Go ahead. But if you're out here being a hoe and not taking responsibility for your actions. Oh, someone reported me. I think that's so funny. Someone reported my live stream. But I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, if you're gonna be a hoe and not use protection, not use proper medicines like the pill or anything, condoms, and you're just being a hoe, then yeah, you got what you deserved, which is a baby that comes out of having sex, unprotected sex. That doesn't mean you get to kill it just because you made the mistake. Like, that doesn't mean anything. Now, if in a case of medical, like let's say I get pregnant, okay? I get pregnant, I go full term, and then something happens in the delivery room. And it could either affect me, life or death, or the baby, life or death. I would definitely choose abortion, but not in the case of, oh, well, I made a mistake and I'm just starting over here. I'm being a prostitute everywhere, and I don't want no kids. I want no responsibility. I ain't doing that bullshit. No, I'm going to have the kid. If I mess up and have unprotected sex, I'm going to have the kid, and that's my responsibility. I'm owning up to that shit. I'm not going, ooh, let's go party just because I got an abortion, now I'm free. I'm not doing that bullshit. I'm not a gender bias. I said I'm open to discussing Kamala and Trump, unbiased. But I'm not saying no. Choked on that one. I mean, that's what people are doing. The people who are for abortion, most of them, if you look at the facts in the percentage, most of them are under the age. They're underage, and they're over here. Woo! I'm getting drunk underage. I'm having sex. I don't even know what I'm doing. Woo! And then after they get the first abortion, they don't learn their lesson, and they go, yeah, let's go party again. Let's go ride some dick. Like, you didn't learn your lesson the first time? And then abortion's not the answer. You can also adopt. You can put that baby up for adoption. You can go to an orphanage or any fire station. They have a baby collector where you put your baby in the collector and then they take care of it for you. Abortion's not the only answer. There is adoption. There are ways where you can get across. You can still do that. Let's talk about the foster system. Okay. Let's talk about the foster system. What do you mean? What do you mean about the foster system? Like, what's the question? What do you want me to talk about? You 30 years old, but you talking what? You're talking like you're 14, because those are the girls that are making the mistake, because they're uneducated on sex, because their parents are saying, well, you can do whatever you want, and we accept you for who you are. I'm not 14. Do you need to see my license? I'm about to be 30. Like, what the fuck? And even if I was acting like I was 14, I'd say I was an educated 14-year-old. They're never picking a brown girl. Wait, for president? Like, I don't know what you just said. Asian. LOL. Yes, I am Asian. Independent for Trump. Yes. And that's okay. Some people can't afford pregnancy. But the thing is the first option doesn't have to always be abortion. It could be adoption. Adopting. Like, it doesn't cost you, it doesn't cost the mother, birth mother, anything to put her kid up for adoption. She can surrender her kid to anyone she wants to and then move on. She doesn't have to take responsibility for that kid. Adoption is a great thing, and it's giving people who can't have kids, even the transgenders, kids. So how is that a bad thing? How is that a bad thing? Y'all just think, oh, abortion's the answer just because I can get rid of it real fast. And no, adopt. Like, unless you're racist and you actually care about where your kid comes from, just adopt. Present. How old are you? I'm sorry. How old are you? And do you believe? Oh, I messed up my comments. For that person who commented that, please re-comment that. He doesn't even like your kind. When did he say he didn't like Asians? When did he say that? And he hasn't given me any reason to hate that for me to believe he hates Asians. So where does it say that? It does cost a lot of money to have a child, and those who aren't on Medicaid can't afford it, and that's okay. I understand that. I do. I get it. Maybe I need to change my voice. Hold on. My tone. Okay, I do understand. I get that. Most people cannot afford pregnancies. Right now, I'm going to admit it. I can't afford to get pregnant right now, but I'm taking every precaution necessary to not get pregnant. I'm not getting pregnant and then realizing I made a mistake, if that's what you want to call it. That's what the left calls it, a mistake. I realized, and then go, oh, well, my kid doesn't deserve to live just because I made the mistake, gotten drunk and having sex, or just having sex with the wrong guy. Like, no. That's not right. In my opinion. I'm not talking about everybody. Just in my opinion. Shut it. Aww. Yes. Thank you, Bree. Thank you, Bree. She's the only one that brought up an actual fact that I can look up. 96% of abortions, which is true, are by choice and not needed. It's by choice. It's because their mothers were sluts. And it's okay. You can be a slut, but just know, your actions have consequences. And in that case, it's a fucking baby. It's not a fetus, it's a baby. People, and this is the other thing, they say, oh, it's not a baby because it's not living. You haven't given it a chance to. You haven't given it a chance to live outside the womb. You just let it grow up until 9 months and then was like, well, I think it's gonna affect my future. I can't really afford it. I'm gonna just go get an abortion. No, give it up for adoption. I myself cannot have kids. I will probably adopt. If I don't adopt, then I just won't have kids. I do. Sadly, there are crimes going on in foster care. That foster care, that's a whole different system. I'm talking about adopting, meaning like once you adopt a kid, that kid comes home with you, not goes through all of that. I don't need to vote according to Vance. Guys, y'all misunderstood that whole Christian. Y'all misunderstood that. That's not what that means. No, I don't believe every kid gets adopted. I really don't. I know someone who's also Asian, who was born in Seoul, Korea, and she got adopted at, I think, the age of 3 months to an American family, and she's raised in a white family. And she's just happy that her mother chose to give her a second life, a second chance at life. She's not hating on her birth mother. She's just saying she's actually appreciative of choosing to let her live rather than abort. And even if she wasn't here, she wouldn't be able to be appreciative, but her mother would probably feel guilty. Oh, I'm so sorry. Do you see a woman go into septic shock because she could not medically... Okay. Trump is not against all abortion. He's just against the abortion that's unnecessary. Medically, he even said it on the podium, on his stand. If it's medical, rape, or life-fearing, he said those three incidents is okay for an abortion. And I agree. You don't need to get an abortion just because you are a hoe and you accidentally got... And I'm sorry, I'm not calling y'all in the chat. I'm not calling y'all hoes. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying... Because it normally comes from those type of people who are like, oh, well, I can just get an abortion and move on. I can just get an abortion and have fun for the rest of my life. No, it's time to grow up and step into the fact that you need to commit to this kid. And if you can't, put them up for adoption. And yes, sometimes adoption takes a while and they go into orphanages or they go into foster care. But here's the thing, there are more people in foster care, like foster parents, who are actually taking care of these kids, rather than beating up, sex slave, all that. I'm not saying that doesn't happen. Please understand me. I'm not saying that doesn't happen, because there is a good percentage that takes place. I'm just saying, as of right now, if you think about it, abortion is not the only option. Adoption could be an option. Y'all just don't want to have the kid because y'all want to keep going, oh, I'm having fun. I'm getting dick every day. And all those OnlyFans people, yeah, they pro-abortion too. Why? Because if they have a kid, if they get pregnant, that affects their career. It's not that they can't afford them. It's not that only these OnlyFans models that are going ham and like on TikTok, like having all these cars, all these big houses. It's not that you can't afford them. They don't want the responsibility. And that's okay. But at the same time, abortion is not the only answer. I would be saving $19K plus for going for an abortion. I'm not speaking for everybody else. I'm just saying that's my viewpoint. And I have friends who are OnlyFans models who, because I'm in this industry, who have gotten abortions. I don't hate them. I don't think illy of them. I'm just saying abortion's not the only answer. Someone said, please be quiet. How about you leave my stream? Because if I offended you in any way, shape, or form, I'm sorry, but I ain't leaving the conversation. Is it a rage debate? I was just talking on this. I was just discussing abortion and adopting. I wasn't debating anybody. How do you feel about Project 2025? Like I said, I am uneducated on Project 2025. From what I've heard, I mean, I don't know. I can't say about it. I can't talk about it because I don't know about it. But if you'd like to educate me on what Project 2025 is, I'll look up the facts. I'll do some research, and I'll get back with you on it. I can ask you the same thing, Smokey Bear. Why don't you do your own research? Why don't people do their own research? It's because they don't want to. And right now I'm live and I don't have anything to look up right now. We ain't on live. Oh, we ain't on live. I'm not streaming live. So I'm just talking to myself in all these random comments or what? Okay, what if they... Oh, wait. This was a good comment. Let me see. What if they were assaulted, okay, got pregnant, but don't want to have their abuser's child? I'm assuming you weren't in this stream whenever I said this, but I believe if they were sexually assaulted and they got pregnant by sexual assault, rape, I believe they have every right to abort the baby if they want. But that's not the only option. Adoption is an option as well. So what people are saying, like, for those who are saying like the foster care system's bad and blah blah blah, at least you're giving that baby a chance at a second life and at finding another family who accepts that baby for who they are and not have a chance at life. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, like, medically, I agree with abortion. Like, if you have something wrong with you that's going to either hurt the baby or hurt yourself, go ahead. But I'm just letting y'all know, like, it's not the only option. I don't live with my mommy. I live with my husband. Thank you. How am I trying to control people? I'm in no position to control people. Yes, you do. You looked that night. Wait, what? Oh, that wasn't towards me. Okay, I'm sorry. I was like, I think I just read that comment twice. Okay, and I understand, like, people will get abortions illegally, which is extremely medically dangerous, and I get that. But Trump is not trying to take away abortion. He's trying to take away the unnecessary abortions. He's not trying to take away the rape reason. He even stated it from his mouth. He agrees with medical issues if it means, like, something's going to be wrong with the mother or the baby, get an abortion. Rape, sexual assault, he agrees with. Meaning, like, abortion-wise. He agrees that you can get abortion in that case. Or if it's going to affect the mother's health or the baby's health, then yes. So I don't, and see, all these people are bringing up Project 2025, but they're not telling me what it is. Like, they don't want to educate me. You don't want to educate me on something that you clearly know about. Do I think it's murder? I do, but not in that case. I believe it's a medical decision. It's just going to be like I did Biden. I'm just going to have to sit through it and make more money and eat less food. Thank you. Who was that? Thank you, Devin. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, I do. I'm a freelancer as well as entrepreneur. No, it's not okay. Murder is not okay. But if in the case of rape, and if the mother chooses not to have the kid, she has every right to. She has every right to. That's just my opinion. I'm not pushing my opinions and my beliefs on you guys. Like y'all are doing. I'm just saying my opinion and my beliefs. Why go live supporting Trump if you don't even know what Project 2025 is? Well, you tell me. What's Project 2025? Educate me. Come on. I've told multiple people in my chat to educate me on what Project 2025 is, and yet I still have no answer. Okay, and that's their choice, Abby. Their choice. If they can't get an abortion that's deemed necessary, and they choose to get one, go to a doctor who's not really a doctor or whatever. I don't know the circumstances on that, but that's their choice. You know, they knew the risk and they went. Yes, I do. Says Beta Queen, get off live and do your own research. How about you? How about you do the research? He's not for Project 2025. In fact, I've seen a gay liberal talking about Project 2025 and they were actually for it. So, like, what are y'all talking about? This was on news. This was on the news. Okay. William Lasher. Project 2025 is from the liberal think tank, Heritage Foundation, Dems, stolen it. Oh, okay, so that's what it is? But, like, what is it? Like, break it down. I just want to break it down. I want y'all's opinion on and point of view of what Project 2025 is before I research it. So then once I do research it and come back, y'all gonna be feeling stupid. Let me in the live agenda. I'm not trying to debate. If I was trying to debate, I'd let y'all in the live. I'm just trying to discuss. This was only supposed to be an open discussion. It was not supposed to be a debate. So I don't know why people are coming at me. It's just I'm being unbiased when it comes to personal feelings. Okay, so Papa TKD, Project 2025 is 900 pages long. It's a blueprint for dictatorship by Republicans. Read it. Okay. I'm gonna write that down real quick. Okay. Thank you for giving me some education on that. Agenda 47 is Trump's campaign, not Project 2025. Yeah, that's correct. How are you Korean for Trump? Well, first off, I was raised in America, and I have American point of views. I don't know anything about Korea. You could ask me anything. I don't know anything about Korea. I was raised my whole life in America. I don't know. But just because I'm Korean, am I supposed to support support a woman in who's of color? Like, that's the only reason why I'm supposed to support her? My husband just got home. He's eating something, and he heard me, and he said, "Yep." I love it. Project 2025 is not a dictatorship. It allows people to have more than 2 terms, which is what I've heard. That's what I've heard of Project 2025, and that's okay. See, the only reason why the Democrats are bringing that shit up is because if Project 2025 actually takes place, then Trump gets to use it as well. So if he gets elected this term, and Project 2025 takes place, he may get another one. Y'all just scared. If that's what it is. I still haven't done research on it, so I'm going to do research. Democrats are only bringing it up because the only thing they can use it's not the only thing they can use against Trump. They can use the fact that if you're a woman and you're voting for Trump, then it's sexist. If you're the same race as her or person of color and you're voting for Trump, you're a racist. If you're not an LGBTQIA whatever plus ally, then you're not for the gays, even though I have plenty of gay friends who actually love me for who I am, and I love them for who they are, and not because how they vote. Okay, let me see. I'll let you be a guest, Alexis. Hold on. But I don't know. I don't know how to do that, actually. I don't know how to do it. So maybe invite yourself if you can. Now, my moderators may choose not to. I don't have control over who says what in my stream besides myself. The moderators do. I'm running from what? What am I running from? She needs to stop. Was anyone talking to you? No, it's my agency, I promise. Look it up. Marquee Image Agency. That's who's my agency. They control my lives because they are the ones that give me access to stream. What do you think oh my gosh, okay, hold on. Let me clear my mind so I can reread this question. What do you think the government would do if men were the ones who could get abortions? I'm thinking about it. What do you think the government would do if men were the ones who could get abortions? Okay, so are you saying like if the roles were reversed and the men were like they were like treated as seahorses? Like, is that what you're talking about? Because seahorses carry, like, the male carries the babies. So are you just saying, are you just setting me up for it being a sexist argument? That's a real question. I'm not trying to not answer your question. I just want to know. Okay, Alexis, let me see. I'm going to get my moderator. Ashley. Okay, I have a few requests. I have Alexis, AJ Marie, and Get Real. Okay. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Awesome. Good.
Oh, what happened? What happened? I lost you.
No. But I've done like a bit of research about
Alexis, are you still with me?
No. It keeps cutting out because every time I try to pull up something, like because I have like my notes app open.
Oh, okay.
And trying,
good.
Because I've written all this down.
So you came
because I was researching.
I respect that. Okay.
But like I haven't done entirely about it because I'm still in the middle.
More about it than I do, though. So
I'm still in the process of researching about Trump as well.
Okay.
In a summary, I'm pretty sure like people have been saying basically Project 2025 is run by like a bunch of like it's like right-wing ideologies, but I don't think by the Heritage Foundation, and the person who owns it, I'm pretty sure Kevin D. Roberts, a Republican. But oh my god, why is my voice shaking?
It's okay.
But like around 100, I think 140-ish, like former Trump administration have been like supporting Project 25, and Trump himself, like for the Heritage Foundation, he adopted a couple of the policies, but I'm pretty sure he claims he has no idea who's running like for Project 2025.
Okay, but what is Project 2025 like? So I know what you're talking about.
It's like, okay, it removes like the abortion pill from the marketplace, so like less abortion. I think on like I just like put it in like a summary sentence, so like there's no like expanding on this. It strengthens.
How is Camilla not black, bro? Because she has Indian parents. Look at her parents. They are not black.
It also eliminates some of like the departments. There's a couple of departments like that they want to eliminate, like Department of Education, and
it's really?
It's a bunch of
part of the what part of the education system do they want to get rid of?
I don't the entire website, Project 25 website will tell you all about it. Okay. So obviously you have to do your own research on this, because don't trust me, because I'm not the best.
I understand completely. So I will do my own research. I just thank you for actually coming up here and actually discussing it with me, because I don't know what Project 2025 is. I've heard that Trump said that he's not against abortion, like I said, medically or life-threatening reasons. And the thing is once a bill is in action and it's been voted for, it can't be taken out unless they have a popular vote on if it's a threat or not. But like I said, I don't know what Project 2025 is. I will do my own research. But Alexis, thank you for opening my eyes to it, because now that you've actually came out with the answer, I can definitely do my own research with it and get back with y'all.
I don't Trump as like a whole, because like morally I have like my own standpoint on like him as a person, but
As a person or politically,
like as a person, like morally, like his moral like views. Like I've like I said before, I've not finished any of my research on him, but like I'm still working on it.
And that's okay.
But basically, he claims that he doesn't have a clue who Project 25, who runs it, and or like basically all that.
Okay. Let's see. So we have Alexis, who, if anyone who wants to join the stream as well, since people are asking for different point of views, just request. But Alexis, continue, because I am listening, because I do feel like you're educated enough to speak to. You sound very educated on your beliefs as well as what Project 2025 is compared to me. I didn't know what Project 2025 was. So thank you.
But it like gives more power to the president, I'm pretty sure. But like that's all I've like researched and like all the information I've gained from it.
Continue. I didn't mean to cut you off.
All the like information I've gained is that it, like strict on abortion strengthens like border policing, eliminates some like departments or like combines them, and it's just like a bunch of
Agenda 47 is what Trump's doing. I'm reading the comments, by the way, guys. I'm not responding to Alexis right now. Okay, continue, Alexis. I apologize.
Oh, it also says it wants like parental controls over like education, and like abolishes the Department of Education. But that's all I've like researched about. So take my research with like a grain of salt, because I don't know for sure. But that's all I wanted to like say.
Well, thank you, because you were the first to actually openly discuss it with me, and you've actually brought up good points, and I'm definitely going to do some research on it. So thank you, Alexis. I appreciate that, and I appreciate people who can, be unbiased and can actually discuss topics rather than just argue, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's all I wanted in this stream, was just someone to discuss issues, not debate. I don't want to debate. I'm not running for president.
I'm not trying to debate, but I'm just like saying.
Yeah, no, I'm not coming for you. I'm coming for the people in the chat. That's what I'm saying. China, Japan, Korean, Asian people ain't safe either with Trump. But if I'm an American, I am. Like, you can't deport someone who was born in this country to their ethnic country. Like, that doesn't make sense. Okay, hold on. We have a few others who want to join. Let me see who. Was it AJ? I don't know if she's still here. AJ? Alexis, thank you so much for your research. I appreciate that. Hi, AJ.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi.
What was the topic you wanted to discuss? I'm so sorry.
Okay, no, it's okay. I know a lot about Project 25, and a lot of people have it misconstrued because it's not even a bill yet. And Project 25 isn't even backed by any political party. It started from a think tank. A think tank came up with a bunch of ideas, just like me and you come up with a bunch of ideas and say, hey, we want to change all these different things. Let's see what we can change. A lot of people in this country still don't know how laws are made either. Bills have to become bills, then get voted on, then become another voting session, then get voted on by the president, just to become a law.
It takes a long time.
Yeah, so a president can essentially veto it and has to start the process all over again. And then for two, Project 25 goes against our constitutional rights, and no president is going to back that, because no president will want the backlash that comes with going against our constitution. Also, Project 22 has a lot of lines like military for students, where they go to schools. You have to have certain testing, military testing, to have schools to have funding. No president is going to back that. Donald Trump has said on more than one occasion he does not back Project 25, doesn't know where Project 25 came from. And I don't understand why a lot of people always say, oh, he's pro for it. He's not. Donald Trump came up with something. Yeah, Donald Trump came up with a plan called the Platinum Plan, and he came up with that plan with Ice Cube and a lot of people from the Black community. And that plan was essentially something great for people that are of other minorities other than white. And the Democrats blocked that whenever they took office and rigged the election. So we never got to see what exactly Donald Trump was going to do with Platinum Plan. Also, before Donald Trump ran for president, there's all these videos of Donald Trump and Oprah from way back in the day when Donald Trump was younger. And Donald Trump set out his own mouth when Oprah asked him, hey, would you ever run for president? He said, yes, I would, once they run the country into the ground. He's always been for the people. Donald Trump has always loved us. And every single rap song back in the day had Donald Trump in it because we all love Donald Trump. The left have they have misconstrued this man, and they have put out so many lies about Donald Trump that it's pathetic. It's to the point where now we can't even believe the Democrats no more. And I'm actually from a Democrat ran family. Everybody's Democrats. And the way I have seen Democrats destroy our country these last few years, I've just been disgusted. It's shameful because there's so many people now that are so confused in their minds, don't even know what they want to do, don't know what's going on, and everybody's still arguing, oh, Trump's the bad guy. He's not even a racist. He's not a rapist. He's not any of the things they have said that he is. All he actually wants to do is help us before we be so messed up, we become a third world country too.
Thank you. And I'm not trying to be biased. May I ask you what your race is, just so?
I am biracial. My mother is white and Irish, and she's white. She's Irish and Italian, and I'm also Black. My father is African American. I was raised by my father and not my mother. My mother had tons of abortions before I was born. I was actually the first kid she kept, and I'm actually against abortion because my mom, back before 2000, was allowed to have over 25 abortions in different states, all because she did not want to keep the fathers and she didn't want to keep the kid. I was the first kid she kept, and that is outrageous that I was the first kid because I could have been dead too. And just to think about that, like, that's terrible. You shouldn't even be allowed to even do that because you're killing an innocent child. A child that didn't ask for you to go have sex, a child that didn't ask for you to bring them into this world, but yet you did.
I'm assuming you saw the whole, I want to be a hoe.
Yes, I was sitting here laughing because I was like, oh my God, let me get into this live because she's right. Matter of fact, I just recently, my boyfriend, we have our own apartment and we had his sister cousin. They were raised together, living with us. Okay. She was going to school, having unprotected sex, doing all of that. And no matter how many times I tried to talk to her, she did not care, did not listen. But these are the children that are going to have abortions because their parents don't want to raise the kids either. Mm-hmm. And that's literally child neglect because your child is having unprotected sex at under the age of 15, 14, 12, 13. These children should not be even thinking about that. But then you have to look at what Dems have done to schools. Now schools are allowed to teach you about sex so early that there's children that are in kindergarten learning about different things like, oh, you want to be a girl, you want to be a boy. I'm not against any of that stuff. I understand you want to be who you want to be. Life is how life is. But don't push this stuff. And the Dems are pushing this stuff on children. And that is not okay. I'm also a mom. I have 3 children. 2 are girls. 1 is a boy. I want better for my children. And right now, the way the country is going, Democrats are going to end up having it where my kids are going to be so confused by the time they get to 18, 19. They're not even going to know who they are sexually, who they are as a person, or who they are even in the education system. And that is sad.
I definitely agree with you, AJ. I definitely agree with you. And it is sad because here's the other thing. I was born in Korea, but I was raised here, right? Yes. And how did I get here? I was adopted. And my birth mother, I don't know who she is. I've never met her. She could have well decided to abort me because I'm going to allow everybody to know this one personal fact about me, but I have one arm. I was born without one arm, and
I'm so sorry.
She could have aborted me, right? Like, she could have said, oh, well, she's going to have a hard life. She's not going to, all the excuses that the Democrat or the left wants to use But she chose to have me full term and then put me on the steps of an orphanage to give me a second chance at life. I don't
But see,
hate.
she did good. That was
Yes,
excellent on her part. That's what they
yes, and
should
I
do.
agree. She gave me a second chance at life. She gave me a family that actually loves me, takes care of me, didn't see me as adopted, but as one of their own. And I got lucky because I do know that there are people out there who were adopted and then like they were just used as like for money.
Yeah, I have children. Well, not children. I have siblings. Well, I call them my children because I'm the oldest. I have siblings in adoption because of my mom. So I completely understand. I have 2 younger siblings right now.
Like all these people in my chat are saying like Trump don't like your kind. Trump's gonna deport you.
Trump has always been for us. I've never understood that. How can you go from somebody who, when he was younger, always spoke so highly of minorities, the black and brown, the Asians, how he always spoke so highly of us? How could he do that? And then you guys say, okay, he doesn't like them. No, that's just the left putting propaganda. That's another thing. I think everybody skipped U.S. history or world history in high school because you would understand what propaganda is. Nobody understands.
Thank you. You know what's sad? I keep on telling the left, like, the left is the reason for slavery. Like, that's how it started.
Yes, they were. And they're also the same ones they're still pushing for that. Even though they try to make it look like they're all so for us, Democrats still are destroying the black community, but they always want the black vote. But you destroy us. Kamala Harris, I did not like her since the moment she ran with Biden. I said Biden should have picked anybody else because I live in California. I'm originally from Gulfport, Mississippi.
Oh, wow.
And I actually have met a lot of people living here as an Uber driver. And a lot of people have all told me, look up Kamala's track record as prosecutor. So I looked it up for myself. And she put over 1,500 people in jail, despite having evidence that they were actually not supposed to be going to jail, that they didn't do any crime at all. And majority of them were black and brown men and women. And she also put a lot of them on death row. Why would you elect somebody who said her conviction rating was her #1 priority compared to the people of color? And then she's supposed to be a black woman of color too, even though she's biracial just like I am. She's supposed to be just like me, but she sees the injustice against black people in this community, but she still helped it. She did not say, oh, I'm just not going to do this. I think this is terrible. I'm not going to just put them in jail for no reason. She said, no, my conviction rating is my #1 priority. She's going to do the same thing trying to run our country. She's going to care about herself.
Guys,
also, I'm not for that.
She actually said that. Like, she actually said that. It's not do your research. No, she actually said that. So she is. Yes. Yeah.
That's 100% true. And if anybody actually looks it up, there's a guy named Jamal Love, or True Love, I believe his name is. He was the first one that she put on death row, and he was actually innocent. The police department, the correctional facility out here told him basically, hey, yeah, we put you in jail falsely, but we're not going to do anything else about it. Here you go home. They never said sorry. They never gave him any kind of redemption, any type of payment for being in jail for so long, despite he didn't do anything. They just said, well, at least you get to have your freedom back. That's not okay. And this is a country that Democrats are running. And also, this is a state that Democrats run. Gavin Newsom, he stole over $3-point-something billion out of a homeless fund. And he ended up splitting it up. And then California went into an audit. And now they're trying to say, oh, the money was stolen, but nobody knows exactly where the money went. There's so many homeless families. I've seen so many people sleeping on park benches with 2 or 3 children. No shelters, no nothing, because shelters are overly packed. And I live in a Democrat-ran state. I really dislike this state. I love my home state of Mississippi. It is a red state. I do not like the governor. If anybody does know the governor of Mississippi, however, I do not like him. He does not do very good. But when I look at a Republican-ran state versus a Democrat-ran state, I don't see as much pain in a Republican-ran state.
Yes, I agree because they actually did a little test where they brought one black man who was Democrat. Like he came up, he did the interview with this lady that's on TikTok. It's on TikTok. And she was like, well, you came over here and you came to the Trump side. You didn't get any hate, but watch me go, a white female go with a black man to the Democratic side. And then sure enough, she was like getting beat on. She was getting like hate. And it's like, is it really just race for y'all? Like, is it really just
Yes,
about
it
race
is.
and your
People,
loyalty to that
it's us
race?
and the Democrats pushing race so much that they're not going to let race die. Even though you see now, race die. Even though you see now, you ever researched it or did you just get it from TikTok and Facebook?
And
You
see,
can
that's what.
research these things, and Wikipedia is, they're not the best, but I wouldn't just go based off Wikipedia either, because Wikipedia is going to put whatever they want because anybody can put anything on there. And there's thousands of news articles that can go with any of the things that I've said, because I've been researching this since Trump ran the first time in 2016. That was when I first graduated. I didn't even vote last year. Not last year, the year when him and Biden went against each other. I didn't vote because it was just, I already had a feeling that something bad was going to happen. It was too much bad propaganda everywhere. And it was like everybody who did vote for Trump, they all were against him. And you could just tell when things were going to go left. It wasn't going to be a good election. So I didn't participate. This year, I'm participating and I'm going out in public to do it. I'm not going to do no mail-in vote because I do not want this election to be stolen. I really want a president that's going to care about us.
I was about to ask you what's your stance on like the mail-in ballots, like.
I'm not for a mail-in because in California, there was a news on the news a couple years ago after Trump lost. There were videos of people throwing ballots into dumpsters behind the convenience stores. When I seen that, I was disgusted. I said, so that's where the votes went. And when they went and got the votes, they said majority of the votes were for Trump. So that alone says that Trump, he more than likely would have won, but Dems did rig it. And most of the ballots that were lost were all in San Francisco. And that's Nancy Pelosi's territory. Of course she would have did that. She doesn't want him to win. Yeah, I do too. I'm so happy that she finally became an honest woman and told the truth about January 6th and said that it was her fault, not his, because he did say, here's 10,000 soldiers. Let me have 10,000 soldiers there because anybody can see that there's going to be a lot of people there. When a lot of people are on the internet saying, let's all go storm the White House this day, people are seeing this. He's trying to say, hey, let's not do that. Let's have some soldiers. And she said, no, we don't need it because they wanted him to look bad.
Exactly. So were you Democrat? I mean, were you Republican your whole life, or not your whole life?
I was actually Democrat my whole life, but I had this wonderful U.S. history teacher that she told me a long time ago when I was in U.S. history. She said, I never vote. She said, when I do vote, I go in and my family and I, we write my name in. She said, because if you look at it from both sides, there's good and bad on both sides. But she said she was always a Democrat herself. And when she seen the Democrat Party, it wasn't for her. And to watch the things that they were doing even then was treacherous. So what she did was she wrote her name on ballots. And so I grew up always with an open mind. I never just took what anybody said for granted. I never went and said, oh, okay, well, you don't like them, so I'm just going to do this, or I like them only because of their race or what they back. I never did that. I actually researched the candidates because it's best to know exactly who you're going to let get in bed with you than just letting anybody get in bed with you.
Thank you. So you were the first educated, besides Alexis, person that has joined my stream, and I appreciate that. And I'm not being biased for those who are in my comments. I don't know if you can read the comments.
Yeah, I see one comment. Kaya said, by the way, Mississippi has the worst education. No wonder people with red states are lacking. Actually, I went to West Harrison High School, and any of you guys can look up this school. It was, while I was in school, it was grade A education. We had getting the letter A. Also, I was in the ROTC program, which is something that all schools in Mississippi have, which is very strong on the coast. I lived on the coast, not in like Royal Mississippi. I lived on the Gulf Coast near New Orleans. So we actually had one of the best educations. Our schools on the coast always had grade A ratings. We also have a school called Gulfport High School. It is the pilot school where where actually majority of education from Mississippi all starts at that high school first. They test it there and then they move it out. Mississippi is actually ahead of what everybody else keeps saying.
Someone just flagged you for civic and elective.
I know.
What?
I see it. Because they're mad that I'm telling the truth. They're mad that I'm telling the truth.
They're trying to shut you up because you're not on their side. Because what? You stepped away.
I know more than them, and I research stuff instead of just saying, oh, my mom and daddy wants me to vote for this, so I'm going to vote for it. I'd rather have my own mind. I've been like that my entire life. I do not listen to anything or what anybody has to say other than what I have researched myself. And it's not hard to pick up a laptop or your phone and just research certain points. You will see that a lot of things are not real. Project 25 is not real. It's not something that's going to happen. It's just a think tank. It's not something that's accurate. Anybody can come up with ideas. I can come up with 1 million ideas tomorrow and say, oh, I'm going to go down here and try to make a bunch of bills. Does not mean they're going to become bills or even have a political backing at all.
I just love how they're reporting us just because and then they're calling me biased, but I've let people in the chat like talk to me about it. But the way they talk, they don't want to discuss. They actually want to debate.
Yeah, and they want to make you believe what they're saying is true, but then have no credible backing or any kind of research to go with it. How can I believe what you're saying if all you're saying is word of mouth? You're not coming with anything credible.
Yes. Illish, you'll be next. Let me see. I don't know how to do that. I apologize. AJ. Okay. Illish, welcome to the chat. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are y'all?
Great. AJ, did you want to stay here or it doesn't matter to me? I appreciate your opinion.
Yeah, I'll stay for a little while.
Okay. I appreciate your opinion.
I just really had a couple of questions. I'm not here to debate or really draw you away because at the end of the day, people are going to believe what they want to believe and do what they want to do. I'm definitely not for Trump. I know AJ, you said you're mixed, but I'm Black. I'm a people of color. So I just want to know what's your actual reason for not
for
voting?
starters, I do believe that you are whatever your father is. I have a Black father. I was raised in the Black community, raised by my soul Black father and my Black grandmother. So I do believe I am a Black woman. I also have Black children, all Black children, 3 of them. So I do.
Okay, your children don't have nothing to do with that.
But you just said that I am. You said I'm not who I am. So
no,
I'm just telling you who I am.
you're mixed. I said you're mixed.
Well, I'm more than mixed. I'm a Black
you're
woman.
still
My father's
Black.
Black.
You're still Black, but you're also just mixed. Your mother is white. Correct?
So, so Illis, what does that mean to you if her mother is white? And
I wasn't even asking. I wasn't even talking to her. I was talking to you, Christina. I was asking you why you don't feel like you would vote for Kamala. I wasn't even talking to her. This isn't even her life. So I just wanted to know, what's your viewpoint on why you're not voting for Kamala? I'm sorry, one more thing. And then, everybody's big main point is what happened, what she did when she was incarcerating everybody. And I get that. And also, if we know both parties, Trump and Kamala, nobody's perfect. None of these people are saints. None of these people have a perfect record where they've never did anything wrong in their political career.
I agree.
And I also just want to, so basically after saying all that, what is your reasoning for not voting for her? And you really don't see her as a lesser of the evils? That's my question.
No.
In my opinion, no, I do not see her lesser of the evils just because even her, just and I'm not trying to be biased here, okay? I'm independent. I don't vote for Democrat. I don't vote like Republican. I don't consider myself Republican. I vote independent, meaning who I deem more fit to run the country. In that case, I just don't believe that. I believe she's manipulating people of color to vote for her, as well as the LGBTQIA plus to vote for her. Because if not, then you're sexist or you're racist or you just don't.
Absolutely.
But who's telling you that though? That's what other people are saying. But has she ever said that? No.
She has. She
said that if you don't vote for Kamala, then you're a racist. Yes,
she's not maybe not in those words, but
Kamala even called young people stupid and said that we're the dumbest people on earth.
She said our generation is the stupidest on earth, and that they hope that we don't get
honestly, I feel as though, like, if we're really looking, y'all keep saying Trump is this, like, he doesn't hate people, like, he's for the people and all that, and I just really, like, you keep talking about rap songs. And y'all are older than me. I'm
26.
But when she says rap songs,
you're older. Like, girl, why are you trying to argue me down? I know you're older than me.
Okay, let's hold on. I'll say.
But if you go and look at Illis, if you do go and you research some of old things, it's more than just rap songs.
Oprah
it's the lyrics. It was Oprah for one. But if you look at the lyrics of those rap songs, that tells you why Trump was always been for the black people, because so many lyrics were so happy towards Trump. They were never bad. They were always for Trump. Then for two, when that Oprah interview that Trump did, that entire interview, Oprah was asking him questions about, okay, how do you see the world? What is your political standpoint? What do you think should be changed? All these things. And majority of the things that he wanted to be changed was in our community. So for that, he was always for us. That's why Oprah asked him, would you ever run for president? Because his ideals were for our community. And he said yes if they run into the ground. Now, for another thing, a lot of people think Trump is a Republican, but nobody understands Trump is a wild card. Republicans really didn't want him to be a president either. And Trump, even when he ran...
He was once Democrat.
Yeah, he said the only reason why he was going to be ultimately an independent, but what happens? Independents don't win, for one. And Democrats keep destroying our country. So he said, you know what? I don't want to stay over there. Let me go to Republicans, because Republicans will help him get into the office despite him not listening to them at all. There's so many things Republicans actually wanted him to be for while he was president. And he said no, because he didn't like the ideas they had. Trump is not really with any political party. And I think that's what scares everybody the most, is that Trump is truly an independent in source. He is not a Democrat. He is not a Republican. He does not like the ideas of each background of each party. He just went for Republicans because he needed to win. He knows the independent is not going to win in our country, despite being who he is. He's not going to, because nobody ever elects independents. If you do start electing independents, that gives way for more independents. And we already know how the government runs. They never want somebody with ideas that's something they can't control. They do not want you in office.
Illis, thank you, AJ. But Illis, to answer your question, why I am not voting for Kamala Harris, or I don't remember your question, but the reason being is because I just feel like if your whole debate and your whole reason to run for president is because you want to be the first female president, as well as the first Black female president, or I'm sorry, person of color, that doesn't give me the reason to want to vote for you. Like, that doesn't give me any information as to why I was going to vote for you. And then also before Trump ran for president, he was liked by all the celebrities. He loved, like, everybody, even Miley Cyrus, Taylor Swift, they all loved Trump up until he ran for president. And then once he ran for president, they were like, oh, he's about to mess up. He's about to mess up all of our money. Because here's the thing, these celebrities that are saying they're endorsing these, let's say they're endorsing Kamala Harris or they're endorsing Trump, they're putting money towards the campaign. They're not getting money taken out after she's voted in. But who's going to get the money taken out? We are going to be the ones that have the money, not to fund our housing and stuff, because they're rich, right? We can all three agree on the fact that celebrities make buku money for just
And could
shaking
really
your
help
ass
the
and
world.
making raps and all this other stuff. But where's that money? Where do you think that money's coming from? The entertainment system is ran by the government as well as everything else. So they use these celebrities and then the social media to divide us because they go, oh well, Taylor Swift's over here. I hate Trump. The Bible's just an old book. Blah blah blah. Who do you think her fan base is going to go against her? Do you think her fan base is going to go, oh no, they're not? No, they're going to be like, hell yeah, like oh.
And they're not even going to look up nothing. They're just going to go based off her word.
So what makes Trump so qualified to run America? Like,
because before
that he's not backed by any political party.
Before he was a president,
that's not a valid reason that makes him qualified.
Okay, so then I have a question. Ellis, have you ever looked up the Platinum Plan?
No, I haven't. And I'll be honest, I'm not.
Do you know the Platinum Plan was actually a plan that he came up with a lot of people high in the Black community, one of them being Ice Cube. It was actually a bailout for minorities, Black, brown, and Asians, of anybody that was other than the color of white. Do you know that when the Dems seen that he was actually backing that, that's why the election was rigged, and that's why they took it? Because the Platinum Plan was going to actually erase a lot of bad things that had happened to us and put us in control. They did not like that. They were not going to allow that. And that was his number one plan. And Trump is actually still going for the Platinum Plan if he's elected again. He's already spoken on it.
And like I said, this is just open discussion. We are not debating. I agree with both of you guys. I believe that my thing is I feel like most of the Democrats, they're manipulating, the party is manipulating Democrats because they just want you to see certain things. They don't want you to see all the other good things that Trump did. You said what makes
nobody
Trump
is great, but they do not want you to see anything that he has done.
Yeah. So
y'all saying all women? I'm not for Trump, please.
I know
Ellis is not for Trump. No, I'm talking about these people in the comments that are saying all women. No.
Oh no. No. See, that's another thing. Like, I've been getting so much hate because I'm foreign and I'm not voting for Kamala Harris. Like, why would I vote for?
Personally, if they would have picked, if they would have magically had Michelle Obama, if they would have magically gotten her to run, I would have been a Democrat for sure this term.
Yeah.
Only because I say this: when Michelle Obama was first lady, she did more than Joe Biden and Kamala put together. How can somebody as first lady do more than VP and president, and nobody even bat an eye towards that? She did so much for us. If Dems would have put somebody up there that was actually for us, they could have got this election. But they didn't. They went and found the first best thing they thought in their head, which was a woman that is mixed, that also has a white family, which is a white husband and white children, to say, oh, she's for the Black community. She's not for us. This woman has put majority of us in prison. She does not care about us. She does not care about her own. Out of the 1,500 people, look at the numbers compared to who was white.
No, you said she put majority.
Black.
No. She means
majority of that number was Black American.
Okay. Yeah, she doesn't mean all.
So she didn't care about us.
And that's what I'm saying. That's the only thing y'all are saying, that she's incarcerated.
Because that's the only thing that she really has done. This woman hasn't really done anything as VP. She hasn't really done anything for us now.
Hold on. Run that back. She hasn't done anything?